basically literally vaporize in that explosion, which it should anyway. But I'd also like it to
cause a secondary kinetic wave.
Yeah, cause a secondary kinetic wave that may cause the now hydrogen that's helium to refuse into carbon.
That would need, you'd need to set it to have the casing implode. So it explodes, basically it explodes, fusions, hits the casing, implodes,
and then explodes a second time.
Then it will explode again.
With carbon as the new final element that explodes, so it's like a double helix, double stage.
A double DNA explosion.
A double atomic explosion. That's what I want it to do.
We'll need the genetics lab back out.
Roll me physical sciences, actually. That's the physical sciences proper. It's the first part in the entire game that we rolled it. Not bad.
No, that's not bad at all. Where'd you go? Plus 0 minus. So that, yeah, plus 1. Level of physical science. So that's a total of plus 4. Yep, your physical science level 3.
Can you hand me the clip that's right behind
Yes.
That's why I specified where it was.
Because while a hydrogen explosion, especially of the magnitude we're using, is going to be very powerful, a secondary explosion behind that one would guarantee that that mothership is fucked.
Alright, so a couple things.
At least in my head it would.
Well, you wouldn't get a concussive. I'm sorry, you wouldn't get, you would utilize the energy from the first explosion to fuel the second explosion.
Right.
So you don't have an energy burst from the first explosion. What you have is you have a concussive wave, and you have an EMP from the first explosion. And then minutes later, then you actually have, or not even minutes, seconds later, then you actually have the legitimate fiery death.
I like that idea.
Yeah.
So I do believe that that's how most star cores work.
Almost what?
Basically, I want a star to basically form on top of them.
Yes.
Using double helixes.
Yes.
Right.
From DNA and RNA and
CNA.
and CNN.
MCNN.
Yes. And MSNBC.
What's carbon 6?
I thought carbon was 4.
No. I think the potassium is 4.
Well then what? Because when helium fuses, it goes to 4. Because it wouldn't fuse into 3.
No, it doesn't, because you're right. No, it goes to 4, but I think 4 is potassium, unless 3 helium atoms fuse, and then it's 6. I think carbon is 6, and I do think it's helium goes to carbon.
I think you're right.
Then what's root beer?
Ginger?
Yeah.
So I think it's 3 helium atoms fuse together.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
This one carbon.
So I need a extended hydrogen supply then.
Yeah.
For the fusion, because that pellet will start the initial fusion reaction. Then we need the other fusion reaction once the critical temperature is reached, which shouldn't be too hard to do.
Okay, hold on. Pause. So, here's what you do. What were you going to say?
Well, that's the hydrogen 2 first.
What?
Then it's holy.
Well, yeah, I bless all of these before we send them up and kill everybody. I mean, it's got to be a holy bomb. You can't have a non-holy bomb.
Wow.
Unholy bombs don't work. You have to use a holy one on zombies.
Right? So,
We also make some hand grenades. We also will make some holy hand grenades.
so here's what you do. So basically, you construct the case. You play with it a little bit. You play with the design a little bit. Jarvis has some suggestions. And then you create some weaknesses and some protuberances in the outer casing. These will ride the kinetic explosion and shrapnel.
Shrapnel's always good.
Basically everywhere.
Yes.
Um,
That's why I was looking for the rims would be shrapnel everywhere because the other nuclear blast won't atomize it or lose it sugar.
Fusion blast might if the container for fusion blast is just gone.
Well, right.
Like it's just gone. The iridium outer casing, however, can shrapnel away. So then you just basically have a two-chamber explosion with the pellet inside the second chamber.
So then the extra energy needed to fuse the hydrogen into the helium and then go, or from the helium go into the carbon and go.
Well, yeah, because the pellet will emit the radiation. Well, interestingly enough, because game, not because something. The pellet will emit the radiation that will cause the original hydrogen fusion, which will then melt the outer casing. The pellet, which will then melt the outer casing. It'll hit the edge of the containment. You'll need magnetic containment at that point. Hits the edge of the containment, bounces back. The pellet provides again the energy for the second explosion of the helium fusion, and then hell. And then terrible.
And then you have a star in the middle of a fucking ship.
Boom.
And that is awesome. We're gonna be able to see that from fucking on a planet.
Yeah, you are. In the middle of daylight.
Yeah.
Boom. What's that?
Glasses.
Yeah. Glasses, everybody! Everyone put on the glasses! I created mine for a bit. Oh god! I no longer can see.
Alright, so, science. Science. Sharon, for the sake of brevity, your journey is uneventful.
Well, to and from?
2, you get to the village. It looks like there's been some kerfuffle in the village, but nothing serious.
I hunt down, Amos. I want to see if he wants in on this. Amos? No, he's not here.
Nobody seems to like flying.
Well, you want to take a fight the Necrogeists. The Necrogeists are up.
If you don't go
You're
up,
here for
they will kill you.
We will defend our home.
Well, I've given the chance. Alright, so I guess I'll fly back. Our little pilot to try to keep out of as close to the ground as possible, although I don't know how much difference it's going to make, depending on how it is the tracking us.
So the 2 Braves that went with her stay in the village?
Everybody stays in the village.
Yep, so super good. They will prepare.
In case this backfires in this invasion.
Wow.
This would be pretty obvious if some That's a 3.
Oh. You can also invoke the game aspects
game aspects.
if there aren't any scene aspects. It's a really good question. It's in a folder somewhere.
Oh, well, anyway, I have.
I think one of them is Saviors of Robotron.
Yeah, one of them is. Well, I have Hot Truck Space Pilot.
Alright.
Oh, well, there you go. I'm just wondering if I want to spend the last hit one on that.
I wonder if the cameras picked that up.
Nope.
Alright.
You're never
What
done.
are your affects?
What?
What are your affects?
Hot Truck Space Pilot, anything you can do, I can do better. Orders are just suggestions, no man left behind, the timer is a verb.
That's up to you. But now that I know that you have one fate point, I will be looking for opportunities to compel you. So to give you more fate points.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, I used 2 in one roll. Or I used 2 in one session because I did 2 rolls and I used fate points to both of them. So, yeah, sure, I'll just.
So 3? Mm-hmm.
I'll use a fate point when I roll like 3 minuses.
Yeah.
Ensign, scanner sweep.
Nothing detected, sir.
Wonderful.
Nice.
Prepare the monolith.
Yes, sir. Respond to your voice, sir.
I had some bad cherries.
My apologies, sir.
Okay.
So I finished constructing my.
Is that what you named it?
It's written on the side,
That's right.
and then it goes off. The person either died while writing it, or was transcribing.
You know what?
Actually,
Hmm.
you don't finish yet.
Oh, okay. I don't finish.
You experiment upon the
Yes. This armor.
The armor is a titanium ceramic alloy, which is how it was able to withstand the laser blast in the first place. At least on the matching arm piece, I think it was. What was it? The chest piece, by some miracle of metallurgy, is actually a titanium iridium alloy. Which means it will actually hold up to several laser blasts, unless you're hitting the same spot over and over and over.
Okay, everybody, don't shoot all the different windows one at a time. Shoot one window all at the same time.
So all the different windows at one time, right?
Different types. One at a time.
Right. Got it. Yes. That's what you get now. Okay. Like, that's all you get. So, in short, the material is designed to be heat resistant while minimally dense. Such that it doesn't require that much extra power to actually move it. It is heavy enough that you need the suit's power source in order to be able to move inside the suit. Unless you're really, really fucking strong, like great or superb physique, you need the suit's power suit. The trade-off, interestingly enough, the trade-off being while the extremities will only take one laser blast before they melt, they're more ductile. So they're much, much better against like melee weaponry or projectile weaponry that are able to absorb the force. In comparison, the chest piece they're small, but the chest piece actually does have fault lines. And it looks like it's because of the way this armor was forged. They're like an individualized fault line across the chest pieces. But the material does have fault lines that if you knew what they were, you could easily take advantage of with a close-range projectile shot or a very, very fine monofilament weapon. And of course, if you just get a big enough projectile, it'll shatter the outer, the standing chest.
Rocket launcher time. Made of iridium.
It's also designed to be environmentally sealed, so you can't, there's no joints. Or, I mean, it's not like traditional armor, where you can slide into a joint and kill someone. The joints are still armored and sealed. You could maybe use a melee weapon to pry them open and expose someone in the vacuum, but they're dead, so it doesn't matter. I'm like, but they're already dead. Oh, also there's that whole thing about the suit being neurologically welded into your flesh.
Ooh, I'm using that.
Yeah. That was why you had to use the cockroaches in the first place.
Jarvis,
Yeah.
do we have a way of powering up this suit without that sphere?
No. While I could devote the entirety of my energy processing capabilities into the suit, I wouldn't have enough to life support afterwards. I would find out what it is.
No. Do you have enough information to put this into a simulation room? Do you have enough to put this in the simulation room?
I can quickly gather the remainder of the information.
Wonderful. I would like to test in the simulation room a little EMP against the suit.
Instruments I'd like to reference to historical data.
Certainly.
Okay. That's under response.
I'm wearing my wristwatch this way.
Haha!
Aha! Because then I can
Yes.
control it inside.
In the historical instances, he's actually like collated a report for you. In the instances where thermonuclear weapons were used against the necrogeist, it was noted that because of the type of radiation that animated them, as opposed to in a human being, say electricity, or chemical energy, that they were relatively immune to EMP. So where being close enough to an EMP would actually make someone sick. The necrogeist seems to be entirely unaffected.
Oh no, I was looking at the effects of the EMP on the suit.
Likewise,
Okay, this is sad.
Yeah.
Okay.
they're self-powered. That's a fusion reaction as well.
It doesn't generate electricity.
No, it just uses fusion. It just uses radiation.
Okay. Is there a way to make...
Not science.
No, that's entirely not science.
Not science.
At all. So I'm going to start doing some research into how their power supply works and interacts with their armor, and the conjecture of how that interacts with their bodies, and try to make a variant on the EMP that will actually affect their armor by changing the frequency that it hits.
Okay. That'll take some time, however. But she's ready for your material analysis of the armor.
I send her the material analysis of what I've got so far. And I'm also working on doing a variant on an EMP that won't affect us, but will affect them.
Okay.
Assuming their ships are made out of similar materials, I could easily redesign the fracture of them